o'clock hour, 59 degrees in the Granite Capital. A little overcast clouds, and we'll talk about that and weather for tomorrow coming up. But right now, during this hour, it's Community Spotlight, and we want to give a shout out to Farm Bureau, who is our sponsor right now for our Community Spotlight. Farm Bureau, see Ben Hill for all your insurance needs and even car financing. That's right. They have their own in-house bank now at Farm Bureau. Stop by Farm Bureau on Elbert Street, see Ben Hill and the staff, and they will fix you up. Right now, our Community Spotlight, we are going to get to talk to our head coach, athletic director. It is Mr. Shannon Jarvis.
Good morning, Stan. How you doing?
Coach Jarvis, what an honor it is to have you. Our people got with your people, and we got this set up, and it's just an honor to see you today.
Yeah, we've been working on this for about 2 months.
We have. And, this is a fun time of the year because not everybody that's playing football gets to go into playoff season. So that's an honor right there to get this first game coming in. But, Coach Jarvis, we have lots of questions because, rain. We see a forecast. Forecast shows a little rain tomorrow night. How does that affect the game? And two, reschedules or anything like that?
And that's ultimately what I want to talk about to our community is I think you can look at this year when we had a similar situation, we were able to move the game to Saturday and avoid it. But I want our community to know when we get into the playoffs, this is a GHSA event. We don't have total control of when we play. So it's really up to the state. And some people have seen that there's other games on Saturday. Well, that is predetermined because we have such an official shortage in the state, with our high school officials. They have to split up in classifications. Some teams play on Saturday, some on Friday. That's determined before the season even starts. And it's so that our officials, we have enough officials, because what people forget, and I'm probably getting into more details than they want, but officials now hold the chain crews. So for a playoff game, we have 13 officials. And
showing up.
Yeah, showing up. So you have an official shortage. So when you see Saturday games right now,
it's already planned.
It's already planned.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the weather. So, the good thing about the weather, though, you're looking at, obviously that's something we've monitored all week. It looks like the rain, everything should be out by that time. Right. We'll have some wind gust and all, but the reality is it should be a pretty good as far as sitting and watching the game, and the weather should be gone, and that's what we're hoping for.
Well, I tell you what, let's pray for that too. And so, really, rain or shine, that game goes on tomorrow night.
It's going to be played. Yeah,
tomorrow night. So at the Granite Bowl, and I just want to say what a huge factor when you get a good crowd, what it does for the team, for our home field advantage. And by the way, folks, we want to take advantage of a home field advantage playoff. So if you can get to the Granite Bowl, whether it's by car, bicycle, walking, get there and let's support our students.
But Stan, I said this on the coaches show, and I want to say it in this platform too. Our fans have been tremendous this year. I don't think we've played an away game that we didn't feel the visitor stands. Our home crowds, we've had big wins this year, and everybody points to that first game against Hart, but we beat Harlem this year at home. Harlem's 9-1. The only loss they had, they won their region, and we knew when we played them they were a great team. But we've had some big wins this year, and I'm telling you, Jimmy's done a great job on the third downs. And, and our kids have really thrived with our crowd, and obviously they have an impact on the game, and especially in high school. So they've done a great job all year, and I'm looking forward to them Friday night as well.
Well, look, we want to invite everybody out, and now we want to talk a little bit about this is a playoff game. So we've got our home season regular games now. Yeah. What does it change now that GHSA, like I say they're involved, they're always involved, but with playoff games, how is parking, how's ticketing, getting your tickets? Tell us about that.
The ticketing is the number one thing with the GHSA. They are now basically in charge of the tickets. So, we have True Blue passes. People have season passes. And most of our True Blue members know this because this isn't new, but that's just for regular season. So, our True Blue members are going to have to buy a ticket to be able to get in. Even when I have friends contact me, I don't have free tickets. There's no passes to the game because
that was my next question.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Coach.
There's no free passes to the game. So the GHSA gets their percentage, but also you got to realize you're splitting after the expenses. You split with the other team, so you can't take from the other team. So a normal home game, we're able to pay our bills and keep the revenue, and that's ultimately how our football and athletic program runs financially.
Right.
And the state They get their ticket. I promise
they're
you.
getting their money.
And each round, you get in these later rounds, they'll send people out and actually do the tickets as well.
Wow.
And that's how they get their revenue to operate too. So this,
That's right.
I don't mean this as a complaint. It's honestly, it's one of the, it's how they have to operate too. So.
And how do we get tickets now? Is it still through the school? How do we get if a family's saying, hey, we want to go support tomorrow night? So what do they do?
And that's one reason why I wanted to come here and be able to speak. As far as pre-sale tickets, it has to be online with our GoFan. And when I say that, that is mandated by the state. So our pre-sale ticket is online. We just had our softball. We were fortunate enough to host the Super Regional in softball.
Yes.
Every ticket had to be electronic, and I know we've transitioned to that a little bit here at Elbert. Since I've been here, and I know Dr. Turner had already started that process. But it's getting to where the state and these state playoff games, that's the number one way that you're going to get tickets is through that. Now fans can come the night of the game. We will have our ticket booths open. They can purchase the tickets the night of the game there, so we'll have a normal home game as far as purchasing tickets. But for pre-sale and to have a ticket before you go, is have the online. And if I can add one more thing too, because we've tried to promote this year as far as the online. It's just that when you buy that,
you got to download it.
That's exactly. Download it because our sales.
Well, can they do that right now while they're if folks are working, listening? I mean, could they go get the ticket down? Go ahead and click download.
What they can do, and this is, and to be frank, you asked a good question because I actually went and purchased a ticket this year.
Oh, just to see
for me, and I've used GoFan at my prior school extensively. But what they do is you can purchase the ticket, but it's a window, and we have no control of this. I wanted to make it. I think it's 2 hours before the game.
To download.
They'll make it available for you to download it. Put it on your phone, and then they just show it, and we have to click to activate it when they come. But if we don't have service, as long as we can see the ticket, that the patrons are going to be able to come in.
So it's really a time frame. Once you purchase the ticket, and you've got a 2 hour window to download it. So
the 2 hours before game time.
Before game time.
They make it live.
5:30.
Yeah, 5:30 they can download, and we'll open the gates at 6.
But if you can do it at home, because if everybody's there at one time, obviously cell service, and you end up having diminished cell service.
Yeah.
So at the bowl, but so go ahead, folks. If you can do that 5:36, do it at home on your way. Go ahead and do the ticket, do the download, and then when you get there. What about when you come to the Granite Bowl on our home side? Which gate do you go in for what?
Great question. And we put a picture out earlier this year, and we can repost that on Facebook. But the gates on the left side by the concession stand are our pass gates and online ticket gates. We want those people not to have to stand in line at all. So we have
Just
two
walk and show.
two dedicated. I hate to say the word ticket takers because it's not a ticket taker. They're
Right.
just showing that they'll go through that gate. The gates on the right side are going to be for our tickets that are purchased in cash or with money and be able to go in right there. Our True Blue gate will not be open this week because we don't have any season ticket holders that'll go through that. So
because we're in a playoff round
exactly.
now. So so this is news we can use, and that way if you've already got your ticket, you're ready to go to the left. If you need to pay on the spot, go to the right. And man, like we just want to see, or I want to see, and I know this means a lot to Stuart Marvin as they call the game, because when they fill the crowd, you can tell it on the radio, and they get hyped. And but I want to tell you this: our students and players, Coach Jarvis, I've sent you some text, and you always say this is a special team this year. I mean, it's special guys. And so we want to see this through. Obviously, you want to win. See us go all the way, but right now it's about tomorrow night.
It is, and again, this will be on the coaches show. But one thing about this game, we have 9 wins. Everybody says you're 0-0 and all going to playoffs. I've said this to our kids: we've got 9 wins because our goal this year is to double-digit wins.
Yes.
So I've done this long enough. Let's not talk about 2 and 3 weeks from now. What's the immediate goal for right now today? Yeah. And so this team, if they win 10 games, will be it'll be one of 8 teams in the history of Elbert County football that has double-digit wins. And that's something that's sacred, and we're really pushing this team to be, we can, and I said it to him yesterday, we can talk about how special you are, all that good. We know you're special and all, but we got to go do this and be different and leave your legacy here. So we're doing it week by week. And like you said, I've said in text, anybody I've talked to about this team, this is a special group of young men, not just our seniors, but all the way 9 through 12. They are a pleasure to be around. These are going to be great men in our community as they get older, and I don't want to get ahead of myself there too.
Oh,
But
yeah.
this is a special group of kids, and I can speak for all. We don't want it to end. We're ready to play. We're ready to go to practice on
Keep
Monday.
going.
Yeah,
Keep going.
exactly
Keep
right.
going.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, fans, everybody come out. Let's support our boys in blue. I want to say this. A lot of times we have relatives, we have neighbors, we have folks we know from church, and so we're heading to the games. I know there are people that probably hadn't been to a game in a while, and because you go through those seasons of times where you don't have a student. And I just want to give encouragement. Go to Go Fans. Get that ticket and tomorrow night, and let's come out and make some noise for the Granite Bowl. One of my favorite memories, and this is when we were in school, was when that Granite Bowl was, you could just feel it. You could feel it.
And we've had that this year.
Yeah.
We really
Yeah.
had. I've alluded to those other 2 games that we've had. And,
Yeah.
and when you talk about one thing that this team it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Offensively or defensively, we could score it on any play.
Yeah.
We've got enough talent. Obviously Quan's a talented running
Yes.
back, and Ja'Cory Barnett is too. We've got a couple of talented running backs, but also Javen and Trust and Christian, Eli, Brady Dick. We got Tyrekus. We have tremendous skill kids that I think we will take shots and try to score at any given time.
Yeah.
And so and also our kids this year, the school board has not affected them, whether up, down, whatever.
They're playing,
They're
play
still
by
playing
play.
hard, and
Yeah.
this town, Elbert County, is special to these kids. The Blue Devil pride you can see in this team, and that's something obviously that's important to me, being from Bowman, Georgia, and Elbert County, and,
Yes.
and playing here during a successful time. But that's what I'm probably the proudest of. They're representing this county the way it's supposed to be represented.
And I want to mention too, when I see the students, the football, the players, just the way they handle themselves, the way they carry themselves, shaking a hand, saying thank you, the courtesy that they show you, and I know that these players had to have coaches to get them to that level. And so that's a shout out to the coaching staff.
Well, I appreciate it, but I'm going to be frank with you.
Yeah, and you always are.
I am. That's a lot of reflection to how they've been raised, too. We have tremendous parents and mothers, grandmothers, fathers that are raising these boys. And I tell you, when I make one phone call home, very quickly I realize me and the parents are on the same page. And like I tell the boys, you're not going to win here in regard to some discipline. So I say that to you because the support we have from our parents with what we're doing with these kids has been tremendous. So I do want to deflect that because I've been in situations where if you're not on the same page with what's being taught at home, it doesn't work.
Right.
And, that's one thing I've been proud of. It's very consistent. Our kids, at the end of the day, they're young adults, and being consistent and clear with your message tends to help. And that's what we've been able to be with our coaches, staff, with the kids, and also what they're hearing at home from their parents. So we're just trying to support what's being taught already at home.
That's right. Well, look, it's an honor to see the students out and see them together and collectively working. And the coaching staff, I think, has been incredible. I always give you props, on coaching, and you always give it back to the students every time. So
because I've done it long enough. Without them, none of this matters. I tell you, it really, when you do that, people just don't realize how dependable, I guess it might be the words, us as coaches are, just to have good kids to be able to work with. Because at the end of the day, Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, they'll all tell you, you can't lead a child that don't want to be led.
That's right.
And they got to want to. And, we're not like colleges. We don't get to handpick and recruit and all that. We're going to take what we have. And that's what I love about Elbert County is we got great kids. And we do. We got more coming. I'm more excited about our athletic department. If I transition to talk about athletics, I'm excited about basketball. We got scrimmages tonight with girls and boys.
And basketball season is already here.
I know it's here.
Yeah, that's
Coach
wow.
Geth's going to get started. I'm excited for him with the new boys coach, and obviously Coach Jones has got the target on his back this year, but he'll be fine. Those girls play hard, and that's what I said last year watching our girls play. I loved watching them play because of their tenacity and how hard they competed, and so I'm excited about all of our sports this year and with the total coaching staff we have at Elbert County.
Well, I tell you, it's been exciting to see state championship teams in like the basketball, the girls, Lady Devils, and even mixed Raiders team did a state championship too. So
I think it's appropriate. We'll be recognizing them at halftime.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah,
yes.
If we win state championships, I love recognizing kids at the games, and so we'll use that platform to recognize those young men and ladies and the tremendous job they just did.
Well, look, before we wrap up, and I want to make sure we probably talked about parking, but what about parking?
Yeah.
So when you come to the game tomorrow night, Is it like it normally is? What do they
Yeah,
do?
yeah. Everything will be like a normal.
same,
game.
just
so
a
the
normal home
parking,
game.
Yeah, True Blue has their parking. The lots are going to be reserved just like normal. Also, the seats for True Blue. We're going to honor the seats during the playoffs. I don't want to change anything when we go to the playoffs. The only
It's
thing
just
that
now
change-
they
the
need to
tickets.
purchase.
the
Yeah, they need to
tickets.
go through and purchase.
So we want True Blue
so-
members to be able to go there. True Blue has done a phenomenal job, and one thing we're working hard at, and we will continue, is communicating with our community what they're doing for our student athletes. It could be as simple as some of the help they've been able to do as far as the purchasing of weight equipment. There's been a lot of facility upgrades we've done with partnership with the school system. The Inferno has new lights right now.
Wow.
And it's things that you take for granted, but we are really working to enhancing what our students get.
And that's all
get from it.
athletics.
Yeah, and
For all
yeah.
athletics. So now you know where to park. Keep it the same. You know how to get your ticket. GoFan. Is it GoFan.com or app? Or
You can go.
I need to
Google
do it
search
myself.
GoFan. It'll take you there, and then type in Elbert County. It's really easy to do.
And Broughton, we'll talk about this tomorrow. Well, no, we are doing Veterans Day program tomorrow, but we'll make sure to get the word out in our news about how to get the tickets and the best way to do that. And I tell you what, folks, let's come out. Let's support our boys in blue. And go Blue Devils. Let's do
Thank you,
it.
Stan.
Anything else, Shannon?
No,
Anything?
just it's an honor to coach this team and be at Elbert County, and I am so excited for what these playoffs can bring to this team. And like I'll say to this whole community and say to you, we got a lot of memories we still have to make, and I'm excited about these young men, and they're ready to play. So we're looking forward to a great game.
Look, this is going to be a great season for these guys.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome. So it is tomorrow night. It's in the Granite Bowl, 7:30 p.m. Yes, we'll be on WSGC Radio, but we want to see you in the bowl. So come on out tomorrow at 7:30. Our many thanks to Coach Jarvis for taking time out today. Also, thanks to Farm Bureau for sponsoring this Community Spotlight. Farm Bureau, located on Elbert Street. We'll see y'all Friday night in the Granite Bowl.